Good morning and welcome to the Boise Metro Chamber's Metro Minute, your quick guide to business impact. My name is Tori Thomas, Community and Government Affairs Manager here at the Chamber and your host for today's event. The Boise Metro Chamber is Idaho's only 5-star accredited chamber, representing nearly 2,000 members. Our events and educational content are only possible thanks to our members' investment into our community. Before I introduce our speaker today, I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsor, Hawley Troxell, for their generous support. Please enjoy this brief message from our sponsor.
I'm Tom Mortel, co-managing partner of Hawley Troxell. Our firm is proud to be the sponsor of the Boise Metro Chamber's Metro Minute. In the 6 communities we serve throughout Idaho and Eastern Washington, we have the pleasure of providing legal services to great companies, large and small. Similar to the Chamber, we represent companies from Main Street businesses to some of the largest corporations in our area. We appreciate the opportunity to advocate on their behalf as a part of the Chamber's advocacy program and to further the Chamber's efforts to advocate on behalf of its members. Welcome to the Metro Minute. Please enjoy today's presentation.
Joining us on today's episode is Director Ryan Head of the Ada County Highway District.
Hi, Tori.
Hi, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'll do a quick bio and then we'll jump into some questions.
Wonderful.
Ryan Head is the director of the Ada County Highway District and oversees the day-to-day operation and management of the ACHD workforce. Director Head has spent 17 years as a professional planner and holds an advanced certificate in transportation planning, a certificate held by only about 100 people nationally, and is a proud member of the American Institute of Certified Planners. Thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate you, and let's jump into a few questions.
All right, let's do it.
Well, it's been about a year and a half that you've been at ACHD. How's it going? Any specific changes that you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, working at ACHD is just a tremendous gift. I have amazing people, and so taking over the reins here with such great people has been very smooth. But we have made a few changes, organized things a little bit differently. Really what we tried to emphasize is that our key focus is building infrastructure for the public. And we do that with 3 key emphasis. First is build together, working with our community and being a great partner. And we've seen a great improvement in the way that we're perceived and the way that we are able to coordinate with others. Build safe. We always want to make sure the infrastructure is safe for the community, and then build more. We want to make sure that we're building more of the right projects and building more infrastructure for people to be able to get around and get where they want to be.
Yeah, that's awesome. Obviously, the last 2 is like a huge component of what ACHD, but the first part is so crucial. The amount of relationships that you need to build and the ability to have those connections is huge, especially in a smaller community.
Absolutely. And we've seen a big impact in that as we have strong relationships and better relationships with our city partners and emphasizing what matters to them, as well as with the legislature and our state partners. We've had some great project successes where we've worked together on projects that we've never done that in ways that we were able to this year. So yeah. It's been a great year.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, I'm glad it's been going well for you, and we're excited to see all that you continue to do. Well, we will come back to the legislature. I want to chat with you a little bit about that. But before we do, ACHD, you all just released your proposed budget for fiscal year 2026. Can you share with the viewers a little bit more information on the projects that you're hoping will be focused on with that budget?
Absolutely. It's tomorrow night is our budget hearing, so everyone is welcome who wants to come let the commission know how they feel. But this is a $257 million budget. So with $125 million of that being dedicated to getting projects done. And so that's just our capital budget plus what our maintenance team does. So We really are focused on that. We really emphasized having just a just right operations budget, making sure there's not extra in there. It's just what we need in order to continue to operate, but then really emphasizing getting projects done. And it will be one of our largest construction years in history. This year was one of our biggest ones as well. With 6 major projects going, we'll have another 6 going next year. Some of those are going to be Linder Road, from Highway 44 to Floating Feather, as well as the Floating Feather and Linder intersection. We'll continue our work on State Street at State and Pierce Park, and continuing to move that project along. We'll be building a new overpass in connection with the state at Linder Road, between 10 Mile and Meridian. That's not been there. It'll be a great connection to both sides of the road there. We'll have some big maintenance projects on Cole in front of Costco, as well as Vista Avenue. We have a pretty big redo there to bring that up to current standards, as well as we'll continue our focus on building safe infrastructure as well. So lots of big projects going on. We'll be wrapping up some big projects as well, but we're pretty excited to see a lot of construction work. One of the other things that we're continuing to work on is our connection to Highway 16. We've had a great partnership with the state, who's provided funding through a strategic initiatives program, which has allowed us to accelerate the connections that will on U-Stick and then soon on Franklin, where there will be interchanges there. And so being able to widen that road out to the 5 lanes so that people can get to that, as well as connect and prepare for the growth that's going to happen in that area.
Wow, so amazing. That's it's really cool to know so much of the budget is, going towards current projects and projects that will be hopefully starting to be finished. And then it's exciting to know just how much growth there is. Obviously, that's a touchy subject sometimes. I think as people that have lived here, I'm an Idaho native, and a lot of people.
Too.
You are as well. Like, there's so many people that have lived here for so long, and people that have moved here but love it and appreciate it. And it's so exciting to see it. There's some growing pains, but it's really exciting. So, well, I guess I'll jump into one of my other questions with you while we're talking about all the projects is, do you have anything to say to the people as they go through the projects, as they have to drive through the construction, or do you have any encouraging words for them?
Such a great question. The first thing that I will always say thank you to our community. We can't do the projects we do without the participation and support of our community. And it's hard, right? And we've seen some interesting attitudes and perspectives out there. And so we always want people to be safe in those work zones, both our employees, those who are building, as well as the public. But even more, we are your neighbors, and we experience it too. And we know that it's hard. And so thank you for the patience. We are building this for you, trying to make it so that your life is better to get around. You can get where you want to go. And so thank you for taking a little bit of extra time and planning ahead so that you can get through those sites.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great comment, I think, too. Yeah, you guys are living it as well. It's not, it's not a personal thing. I mean, it is personal for all of us, but we're all in it, and we're all battling through it. So kind of on the same vein of that, obviously you guys are truly addressing so much, especially with growth, as we've been chatting about. Is there anything specifically that you guys are working through to address that growth? And then obviously with that, the increased traffic.
So we're in the middle of an exciting update to our capital improvement plan, which will be coming up for adoption later this year. That will have $2 billion worth of investment paid for by growth that will takes a look at addressing all the expansion and intersection work that's needed over the next 20 years. That's a big deal. And so being able to collect those fees and be able to put them to work, that's huge. But we really are emphasizing opportunities to partner with other agencies, working with the state, and thank you to the legislature who had the foresight to have strategic initiatives. That has hugely increased our ability to expand roads, to emphasize that. We're also really focused on working with our community partners. One of the things with our 5-year plan, which the budget's the first 2 years of that plan, that's up for adoption in the next month or so, we've really taken a hard look at what are our agencies asking us for, and really emphasized making sure those top priorities, 1, 2, 3 projects from each of our partner cities and the county as well as the school districts are in our plan and are moving towards construction in the next 5 years. That we want to get stuff done, but we want to get the stuff that's most desired by the community. And so we're working really closely to emphasize those right projects.
Yeah, that's great. I think obviously the community members are the people that drive on the roads every day. They're a part of the housing and the businesses that are around them. And so really valuing what they have to say is super helpful and impactful. And it's just going to make sure that our community stays so driven to that, quality of life.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of, collaborations and just trying to understand community and local needs, we mentioned the legislature. How do you collaborate with state and also city governments?
Absolutely. So I mentioned we listen and ask each year with our 5-year plan for those requests, and we're emphasizing those. With the legislature, we got some good input. We got some funding. Last year was a good learning experience for me to go through for the first time. And I think we've really worked hard to develop our relationship, to be level-headed and focus on getting stuff done. And I think they appreciate that. One example where we partnered with the state is with the Eckert Road Bridge. Earlier this year, we had an emergency closure. We got a report, and we knew that from a safety perspective, we had to get that done very quickly. The state brought in their staff together with our staff because there was a fix that we could get that open quicker. They worked with us in the river to actually happen. We've never done that before, where our crews are working side by side with the state, with the county, and where we were able to work it from the park to get that project done in a very short time. But even more, the state then offered, we received funding from the state to help replace that bridge and make the permanent fix here in the next couple of years. So these are just examples of how we're trying to be a trusted partner. When we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. And we take the opportunity to listen and then to go do the projects that people are asking for.
Great. That's really all you can ask for, to see what's going on and go from there. So, and that's super exciting about tomorrow night. I knew that it was coming up, and I was like, oh, I think it'll be right along the lines of when we chat. So I encourage everyone to go and check out that conversation, those meetings that you have. There's usually some excitement to take from.
Absolutely.
Well, as we finish up today's conversation, I'd love to know, just, from your perspective and from your team, what are you guys most excited about within the future of ACHD itself, and then also just Ada County and all the transportation infrastructure we got going on?
Absolutely. The future's bright. We're so excited about what we're able to do as we've re-emphasized and refocused on building things. We're seeing that play out. We're seeing big projects. We're not afraid to take those on. We're taking, over the next 5 years, you're going to see big things like the State Street corridor begin to be built out. Over and above the intersections, we're working on river crossings like the Linder Road widening. It's a huge project. We're excited about what State Highway 16 and the connections that are going on there. There's a lot of growth happening, and that does come with challenges, but we're ready to face it. And we are happy to work with our community partners to do that. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. We have a strong partnership with all levels. Just as an example, we received our largest grant from the federal government in the last, it was announced earlier this month or last month, $18 million for up to which will match with a few dollars for $23 million of safety infrastructure they just jumped on, right? Just exciting to see the amount of work that's happening, and it will continue. And we will address things, and when we hear about them, we will take care of things, and we're taking care of them faster. We've developed a crew force that's able to do that, to get things done faster and to really complete those things. So I can't be more excited about where we are, but even more of where we're going. Thanks for taking time with me today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. I think that's, obviously you just, you radiate a lot of positivity and a lot of, just a lot of encouragement, I think, for Boiseans and for our surrounding areas. And we just had a conversation with the mayor yesterday, and just her priority of transportation infrastructure is just so huge, because we are a growing area, like we've said so many times today. And if we don't prioritize this, we want to become a city that people already come and are already so proud of our city, and so impressed. And if we can just keep that momentum going, there's a lot of excitement with that. So I really appreciate you and all the work that you and your team do, and looking forward to chatting with you again soon.
All right. Thanks, Tori.
Yeah. Thank you to all of our viewers today. We appreciate you. Thank you to our sponsor, Hawley Troxell, as well as our media partners, Idaho Ed News, Idaho Capital Sun, and Idaho Press. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next Metro Minute.